Good morning, Unity in the Seven Hills. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're here in person or out online, we welcome you. So let's stand up, clap your hands, have a good time this morning, and let's get ready. Come on, get ready. I'm so glad that you're here today. Come on, get ready. Let's give thanks in a special way. Come on, get ready. Let's take a time to celebrate. Come on, get ready. Finding our way to elevate. Feel the power. Know the truth. Look on the inside and step into you. Come on, get ready. I'm so glad that you're here today. Come on, get ready. Let's give thanks in a special way. Come on, get ready. Let's take a time to celebrate. Come on, get ready. Finding our way to elevate. Feel the power. Know the truth. Look on the inside and step into you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and get ready. Woo! Come on, come on, come on, come on, and get ready. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and get ready. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and get ready. Come on and get ready. All right, here's an old classic that I'm sure you all know. Sing along with me after all the rain that we've had recently. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way and clear them. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I think I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Oh, 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 it's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Let's sing it a couple more times. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. One more time, sing it with me like you mean. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Thank you, Daniel. So welcome to Unity and the Seven Hills. If you're visiting for the first time today, we're so glad you're here. Even if you're visiting for the first time on the internet, on YouTube, we are so glad that you're here. After the service, we would love for you to come downstairs in the Namaste Cafe and have some coffee and snacks with us so we can get to know who you really are and how we can be here for you. At Unity in the Seven Hills, you are welcomed here, whatever your age, your race, your religion, your gender identification, who you love, who you vote for, your income, or your education. You are welcomed here. So our purpose statement today, we are creating a spiritual home for our community, a place that empowers and inspires growth, passion, and purpose, individually and collectively, to contribute to our world. A place for the spiritually led to be spiritually fed. Yes, indeed. And now for our community news. The Quest Bookstore is again every Thursday at 11 a.m. in person or every Tuesday at 7 p.m. via Zoom. You can join the class at any time, or you can just buy the book on the internet. Now, the Thursday class, this coming Thursday, we're studying a very interesting subject, heaven and hell. Yep. And when is Judgment Day? Where is heaven? Where is hell? And if you find yourself in hell, how do you get out of it? I'm not going to tell you. You have to come to class or buy the book. Yep, it's truly interesting. Things that I wish I had known when I first started Unity is the interpretation of that just resonates within my soul. All right. The next is building awareness, the brainstorming new ideas. We have set a new date for that. That is June the 8th after service. So please bring a sandwich and stay for the workshop. This is very, very important in the future of our church. Okay. Today we want to express appreciation for the hospitality team. That is Terry Scott, now that she's back in town, Mary Ellen, and Judy Rose. I don't think we all have an idea of what all they do. Judy Rose comes in on Tuesdays to make sure the trash is out so it can be picked up. She comes during the week to straighten up, collect the trash around the church. And she makes you coffee. And I think she buys the coffee because I haven't bought coffee in this whole year. So she brings, if you're drinking coffee, it's Judy Rose. Mary Ellen is on the hospitality team as well. And Mary Ellen is here every day at church. Every day at church. Attending to the kiosk with the food outside, and the flowers, and the grounds, and the recycling. I forgot the recycling. So these people, it takes a lot to run a church, and these people are truly dedicated, and we want to appreciate them. Okay. Our beloved Bill Bennett's Celebration of Life is next Sunday, May the 25th at 1 p.m. here at Unity. Please spread the word so everyone can come and celebrate his life and to see Judy, because Judy is not far behind joining him. She's struggling right now. Okay, next. All right, our mission statement together. Unity in the Seven Hills is a vibrant, inclusive community that inspires spiritual growth through education, prayer, heart connection, and sacred service. And now for our daily word. I cherish opportunities to share the love of God. It isn't the price of something that determines its value. It is how much it is cherished. It's not how something looks, what it costs, that makes it beautiful. It is the love and the wonder I feel that helps me cherish it. Just like the gifts I give, I imbue my relationships with love. I cherish those for whom I care deeply, and I want them to feel cherished by me. I hold the intention for love and connection that is at the heart of every exchange. Just as I feel cherished as a divine being, I share the love of God through my kind and considerate acts. At the heart of every kindness, at the heart of every kindness I extend is the prayer that those I serve will feel cherished, not only by me, but by God. So 1 Thessalonians 2, verse 8 says, "So deeply do we care for you that we are determined to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you have become very dear to us."
So we go into meditation with a prayer for serenity, which I put to some music. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. At the end of the talk today, I'll do a meditation, but right now, a prayer popped up for me on my computer that I wrote. Don't remember writing, but it seemed like it was the right thing. Mother, Father, God, Creator, universal vibrational energy that runs through all things and is all things, we spend a moment to come into thanks. A time to come into a state of peaceful gratitude this morning. we bring forth calm and peace into existence right now, in this moment. Now. A transformational calm that spreads forward from us, through us, is all around us, pouring into this church, this gathering place of us light workers and beings of peace. And onward, through every person watching our service, being with us. We see it and send it forward into our locality, bringing calm, peace, and joy into our community. Knowing that it does not stop in thought, as we go forward through our being, we transmit peace and calm through our actions and our interactions. As we go through our days, and we envision that positivity in advance and in this moment right now. We bring strength and courage to all the people we meet, seeing the light in them as we shine the light through us, the universal light energy that we can tap into through our being in every moment. We stand with, above, and apart from all the world as we see it expanding into a world of conviction and kindness, a world where every individual is respected and has the opportunity given to them to grow into their fullest potential for good, knowing that the normal state and direction of the universe is to grow and to flourish in positivity and beauty. So we say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we keep that message as we go for a brief moment into the silence. We say thank you. We say thank you for this time that was given to each one of us. The breath that gives life, that supports each one of us. We say thank you. And so it is, and will always be. Amen. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sing it with me now. God grant me the serenity, to accept the things I cannot change. Oh, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. We only live when we grow, grow when we change, change when we learn, learn when exposed, expose when we throw ourselves in the fire, live into the open, reach our desire. We wait for the fates, what the stars they will bring. when we find who we are, yeah, it makes the universe sing. One voice, one vision, one choice, one mission. One voice to raise, lifting each other. One voice of praise, one voice of power. One voice, one voice, one voice. Rooted in peace, we live with intention, knowing our world is our own invention. We raise our vibration with positive attention, grow from within to reach our ascension. We wait for the fates, what the stars they will bring. When we find who we are, it makes the universe sing. One voice, one vision, one choice, one mission, one voice to raise, lifting each other in one voice of praise, through one voice of power. One voice, one voice, one voice. One light, one heart, sending it out into the dark. One heart, one light, sending it out into the night. One light, one heart, sending it out into the dark. One heart, one light, sending it out into the night. One voice, one vision, one choice, one mission. One voice to raise, lifting each other. One voice of praise, through one voice of power. We wait for the fates, what the stars they will bring. When we find who we are, makes the universe sing. One voice, one vision, one choice, oh, one mission. One voice to raise, lifting each other in one voice of praise, through one voice of power. One voice, one voice, one voice. Our unique song is our only choice, moving our world through raising one voice. It's kind of interesting. I look at the picture there. Hey, that's me. But it wasn't me 15 years ago when I first came here. No, I've grown a lot. So let's imagine that we know we are on the right path. Just, if you can. I will suggest, though, that it is difficult to be on the wrong path, perhaps. There is a path of success or a path of learning, but there's always a path. And we are told to hold the vision and trust the process. Is it enough to have a clear and unwavering vision, as I read on Google today? Not today, this week rather, of what you want? Is it enough to have faith in the steps that it will take to reach that vision? Is there a way that we can speed up the process? Who's impatient here? I know I am. Is it just about maintaining our resilience when there are difficulties and where there seem to be obstacles in our way, like I can see clearly now? So today we're talking about vision, and if you think of I can see clearly now, one of the things it talks about is the rainbow. And it's such a vision, such a visual thing. But the reality is that the rainbow is not what we see in the sky. It's actually a figure of 8 up in space. So I've got this quote here. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. That's Helen Keller. And if you think about Helen Keller, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Speaking of visions, one of the most visual speeches that we know in recent times, relatively recent times, is that of Martin Luther King. And he told us that he had a dream, and he set forth a vision. And that vision, through his speech, has moved its world, transitioned into our world. He used strong words. He didn't say he had a concept of a plan. He had a dream. And that dream has held generations in its grasp and will continue to live into our future until we see it through. Through the manifestation. And manifestation is really drawing what you want or what you think you want towards you. So what is vision? Listen to this. This is the revealing word, so the words of Charles Fillmore. He puts vision spiritual. Seeing God as the foundation of all, the sources of all, and the substance of all. Seeing the good, the true, and the beautiful everywhere. In this manner is the eye single and vision perfected. That sounds like heaven to me. So if you think about that, that's really the first principle. God is. It's funny how all of these seem to work together, and they don't always work apart. We need to put them together. So what does it mean to hold the vision? Thinking a thought that you want to turn into substance, which he talks about there, and into reality, like 3D, making it something you can see, touch, feel. And there's a clue to part of my talk later. Perhaps you might have a plan to achieve the outcome. You know, we all think we know how it's going to go. So trust the process and be patient. There's a quote that I came across about trusting the process. But are we patient? I'm not patient. After all, we are told that a thought in mind, though, acts after its kind. So all we have to do is think, and it will create. Thoughts become things. Which principle is that? God is, I am, I think. It's I think. But isn't it also true that thoughts without action hold little power? That's principle 5. That's the pinky right down there. The big pinky of future fate. Action. I act. I've got a question too for you all to think about, because I've thought about this quite often. And it's, do we need to share our vision? And do we need to express that out loud? Sometimes we're criticized for sharing the vision and expressing it out loud. Now, I don't know if you know, but probably some of you do already. I support Tottenham. I've said it now. Tottenham Hotspurs from London, which I used to go to when I was a 13-year-old boy. I used to get on the bus and pay £3 to get in. It's not £3 anymore, to go and stand right behind the goal and watch the games, the home games. And that we have a relatively new coach, Ange Postecoglou. He's from Greece originally and ended up in, his family ended up in Australia, where there's a big Greek community, and a lot of them played football, which he did. And this is a name from the past that some of you might recognize. He actually worked with Puskás, who was Hungarian and considered one of the world's best players when he was young, in the 60s, I think, 60s and 70s, and he was one of the last people that trained under Puskás. So he has a different concept of soccer. I'll say soccer, but you know I mean football. and and he expressed in an interview this year that he always wins in his second year. Well, it's the second year, and we've had a disaster of a year. We got knocked out in the semi-finals of one cup, or the quarterfinals of another, and we are currently 17th out of 20 in the league. But on Wednesday, he held that vision and expressed it and got massacred in the press for it. On Wednesday, we actually will be playing in the final of a European Championship for the first time in 41 years. And if we win it, it'll be 41 years. So, he got criticized heavily for expressing his opinion. So maybe he should have kept them to himself. But he knew that it was his focus. So, that's something for us all. And in some ways, he's held that vision hard enough and long enough for it to come towards fruition. We'll see on Wednesday if it actually works. So we can envision the future and manifest what we want, or that which we might want more of. That's another thing. If thought creates things, we can intensify the thoughts, though, and this is how we speed up the process and close the apparent gap and proximity to the things that we want to draw to us. We can bring those things to us. I've listened to a lot of Bob Proctor and Canfield, and also and Tony Robbins is where I started with my journey, and Zig Ziglar. And one of the things that Bob Proctor is really good at with his manifestation is not just taking the concept of thoughts, but to create them closer to you. And the way he suggests that you do that is you shut your eyes and taste the thing that you want. Touch it. See it. Feel it. Is there a particular smell? Does it have a sound? What does it look like? And so what we do by doing that is we experience that thing as close as we can get to that 3D reality, that substance that we've drawn to us. The object of it is to excite all of your senses and to bring a heightened emotional response right there into your being. Now, this is both, I think, and in some way, if you think about our thoughts, our prayers, it's praying, and it's acting. Because even in the act of thinking, we're acting, especially if we take that conscious and bring that to it. So I've got an altered quote here from Joe Dispenza. So I'm bringing all the big dogs today. When you stop, so this is another way of also bringing into that 3D reality, that expression, what we need. Now, we'll do a meditation, because we skipped the prayer this morning. We'll do a meditation at the end, just as part of my talk. So here is Joe Dispenza. When you start feeling the emotions of the things you want in your life, or that you would like to create in your life ahead of the actual experience, that's before you actually experience it in the reality, which is really the beginning of manifestation, it is impossible for you to want it. Why could you possibly want it if you feel like it is already there? It's already happened. Now learn to maintain that modified state of being. Learn to live in that thought expression of already having, and get great at doing it. Great. I'm sure great's already great at doing this. With your eyes closed. And then start practicing with your eyes open. I was thinking about prayer this morning and whether I shut my eyes, which is normal. I shut my eyes when praying. But sometimes I see Reverend Carla, and she keeps her eyes wide open. And if you think about it, if we can live into that expression of everything is prayer, then we really are closer to God. So, once you've practiced opening your eyes, if you can maintain that modified state of mind and body, your entire day has a coherent heart. So this is about coherent heart and brain working together, transitioning our world around us. As soon as the energy reaches the heart, it's going straight to the brain anyway. The heart starts to inform the brain that it's safe to create. At the exact time, the heart starts to create a magnetic field. That's that heart magnetism. You've got a Wi-Fi signal now, is what he says. You start feeling connected. You start feeling more whole, and the brain is more coherent. It's directing a very clear vision of what it wants. Combine that clear intention with an elevated emotion, and you now have a different Wi-Fi signal, much stronger. You have a different energy, and you start to see those synchronicities showing up in your life, those coincidences, or as Tony Bain calls it, synchro-divinities. Synchro-divinities. Those opportunities start to appear in your life, and you're not going anywhere to get them. They're just coming to you. I've been at so many gigs, and so not even gigs, so many experiences I've had in my life where somebody says something, it's like, we had to separate some of the kids on Friday on the bus on the way home, the rambunctious boys, and the little chap that sat next to me told me that his dad was in voiceovers and audiobooks. And I'm like, that's something I've always wanted to do. And we could have separated them anyway, but I said, I need to talk to your dad. So, there you go. So we need to allow space for those synchro-divinities, and also the ability for us to have the awareness of the special situations that are there to show you, that you are supported fully by this universal force that's all around us. By taking the ideas of manifestation and, thinking about creating that 3D world as closely as you can with your eyes shut and then bringing them open and still keeping that vision. And then the brain and heart coherence. You are creating in reality the vibration of someone who has the thing that you set out to manifest. It does already exist. You are the person that has the thing that you wanted. You created you the way you needed to. You can bridge the gap between here and there, if there's any difference between the two. If we can close that gap, then there needn't be any difference between those two places. And if you think about what Jesus was doing when he was feeding folks with fishes and bread, or walking on the sea, or calming the waves, that's exactly what he was doing. He was creating in the moment the manifestation of what he wanted. I'm going to read that last sentence because I didn't quite say exactly what I wanted to. You can bridge the gap between here and there by changing who you are and the expectations and the reality of what you deserve. Now, I'm going to tell you a story now. Well, you can tell I'm telling a story because I step over this way. I don't look at my notes. So, a little while ago, Paula and I decided to work on rebranding myself as the singing violinist. You know, I used to be just Daniel Kepel. Now I'm Daniel Kepel, the singing violinist. Now the reality is that's branding so that when I go out into the public and they say, who, you know, they don't have to try and think, oh, Daniel Kepel, let me think. I mean, there's no chance. Apart from anything, my name always gets pronounced incorrectly.
we decided to not only rebrand, but rethink how much I wanted to earn. How much I wanted to earn for a weekend. And we decided on a figure. And it was $1,000 a weekend. And at the time, I wasn't getting really that close to that. And we set that intention. But more importantly than that is that I set who I was and what I expected, what I felt like I deserved. A lot of musicians live with that imposter syndrome, right? And you have to feel worthy of that amount. And for many months, most weeks, I got very close to $1,000, and sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. Now, recently, I got contacted by somebody that I've played with once after a gig, and he was on The Voice, and he ended up, I think he got into the top 3. So, he contacted me, and we played together, and he said that he would have some gigs for me if we could get together as a duo. And for each of the gigs, because he works with East Coast Entertainment, he gets about $1,000 for a gig. And I haven't really responded to him that much. And the reality is, I've got to get the feeling of worthiness of $1,000 a gig, right? So that I can feel that I'm ready and worthy of that. So that's my job. You know, the reality is that we're always growing, right? And consistency is key. I've fallen off a little bit on the $1,000 a week, so, but then I'm teaching now as well, so I've got I've got the $1,000 a week covered. So consistency is key. Not just the consistency of wanting, though, but the consistency of working to raise your personhood, to raise the vibration of who you are, leveling up continuously. That should be the consistency that we have. Leveling up the vibrational awareness and being of who we are. And that comes from continuous growth. So we step into that and we move forward, upward, and towards becoming the person that we want to be. So that's my message, is that we can bring that into us, those things that we want to manifest, and we can do it fast. So what is it that we want for this place here? This place, this church that we sit in? What is the vision that we want to hold? What is it that we want to create? Can we see a place where all our friends are filling up the seats? There is energy, vibrational, there's laughter and joy, high vibration, love, appreciation for each other. We all have those things, but we can intensify them and bring those people in to this building and experience this joy with us. And that's what I want. I want a band. I want to see this place full. And I want to be able to share our joy and our love into this world. We have an amazing message. And this world needs us to step forward so that we can share that positivity with it. So thank you today. And now I'm going to go into my meditation. We had a little meditation earlier on. Yep, you can turn the light off. And then we'll come out with the prayer for protection, as we used to do. I'll do that. I'll do that one afterwards. So we'll spend a little time with my version of Bob Proctor. So let's take some deep breaths. Or receive some deep breaths, as Shannon Plummer told me. Everything has been given to us as we express everything outward. The universe is given to us. And now we spend a moment experiencing with our eyes closed the world as we want to see it. Think of something, an experience, a place, a thing. Find that now. Maybe it's something individual. Maybe it's something for this church. But find that thing and visualize it. And we are going to sense that thing and bring it towards us. What does it look like? Is it colorful? What's the touch of that thing? What does it feel like? Is there a taste? Is there a smell? The sense of smell brings us right back to a moment. The sense of smell can bring us right forward to the moments that we want to create. Emotionally, what does it feel like to experience that thing that you want? To the success of reaching that thing that you desire, that experience that you desire. Step into that world. That world that is heaven, that you will create. You bring it forward into substance now, through thought, through prayer, and into action. We open our eyes, keeping the vision. We open our eyes, keeping that vision, and we live into the manifestation of that reality now, that 3D, that consciousness, that vibration that creates who we are and brings it forth, because there is no other than who we are. We are worthy. We are deserving. We have the power to bring in the manifestation of all things that we want in this time, in this place. And we say thank you, God, for all the glorious things that are given to us now and in the future. The future now. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Faster! The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. There's the truth. Wherever I am, God is. You've got to be worthy if that's the truth. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
Together. So let's say together in unison. Unity in the seven hills is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. Giving from your heart allows us to cover our needs here, to thrive, and to grow together. So if you're joining us online and you'd like to help us grow together, you can give at unityinthesevenhills.org. So whether you're here in person or online, know that your generosity is deeply appreciated, honored, and blessed. Thank you for supporting our mission and helping us to grow in love and connection. So today we're going to recognize that we are tithing to Lynchburg Humane Society. And so now it's time for a walk of abundance. And I'd like for us to walk intentionally, remembering that God is not on a budget. Because God resides within us. And so we have full abundance of the universe. And it is God's good pleasure to provide all that we need, both individually and collectively. So as we walk down to the abundance walk, keep that in mind. This isn't a time to be socializing. It's a time to walk with intention. And so if it's your time to give, please give here in this bowl. Bless the candle and take an affirmation as we sing something wonderful.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go, no, it won't let go. All this love inside. We can let it shine. Yes, we can. Something wonderful, something wonderful It's happening to me right here, right now, yeah. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go, no, it won't let go. All is love inside. We can let it shine. Yes, we can, something wonderful. So let's bless these gifts together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. So the prayer chaplain of the week is Donna over there. You can go and see Donna for individual prayer needs. And that's it, really. Thank you to everybody who's helped put this this morning together. So the audio-visual people in particular, thank you, and our greeters. Thank you, thanks. And so we close now. I don't need this anymore. With the and here we go. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Thank you for joining us. Now go out and manifest. Way!